Welcome back to the SolarPunkPro podcast. I'm James Vanzer, and today I need to tell you about a company that is quietly eating the world's lunch while everyone's arguing about whether electric vehicles are a fad. So pop quiz time. Which company sold more electric vehicles last year than Tesla? If you said, I have no idea, well, then you're like most Americans, and that is exactly the problem. This company manufactures their own batteries, motors, and semiconductors. They operate over 30 industrial parks across multiple continents. They build cars, buses, trucks, grid-scale batteries, and solar plus storage systems at price points Western automakers insist are impossible. Warren Buffett saw this coming a decade ago and quietly bought in, not because he suddenly cares about polar bears. He probably does. But because he recognizes structural shifts that print money. So if you want to go from soul-crushing corporate work to a career that positions you on the winning side of the energy transition, stick around. Today, I'm talking about BYD, a company you maybe have never heard of, but they are building the future, whether Detroit likes it or not. So let's rewind to 1995. Shenzhen, China, a chemist named Wang Chuanfu starts a company making rechargeable batteries for cordless phones and power tools. Certainly not sexy, not glamorous, just batteries. But Wang had an insight. If you control batteries, you control the electrified future. So when Silicon Valley was chasing social media apps, Wang built battery factories. Instead of outsourcing to cut costs, like Western consultants recommended, BYD did the opposite. They built their own tooling, they trained their own workforce, they owned their chemistry from raw materials to finished cells. Fast forward to 2003, and now BYD is one of the world's largest battery manufacturers with serious cash flow. Wang makes a decision that baffles everyone at the time. He buys a struggling Chinese automaker. You make batteries. What do you know about cars? But Wang wasn't building a car company. He was building an energy company that happens to sell vehicles. And that framing, that one conceptual shift, it explains everything. So while Detroit asks, how do we make EVs profitable? BYD asked, how do we electrify transportation as infrastructure? One approach treats EVs as premium products. The other treats electrification as an inevitable industrial transformation. And here's what drives me crazy. The narrative is always Chinese subsidies and unfair competition, but every Western automaker got government support. Tesla received a $465 million DOE loan. GM, $50 billion in bailouts. The difference isn't subsidies, the difference is strategy. BYD reinvested profit into manufacturing. Western automakers paid dividends and lobbied to delay EV mandates. 20 years later, we're watching the consequences play out. Remember 2020? Well, 2020 BYD announces the Blade battery. And if you're not a battery nerd, stay with me. This is where everything changed. For years, the EV industry obsessed over nickel-rich battery chemistries. Higher energy density, longer range, sexier specs. Tesla, GM, Ford, everyone chased nickel, manganese, cobalt batteries. The problem, expensive nickel and cobalt. Geopolitically, kind of sketchy supply chains. Thermal instability, they catch fire, and they are hard to recycle. BYD went all in on lithium iron phosphate, LFP, a chemistry Western automakers dismissed as good enough for cheap Chinese cars. LFP has lower energy density, but it's cheaper, safer, longer lasting, and easier to recycle. Then BYD redesigned the entire pack architecture. Long, thin cells that pack tighter and serve as structural elements. What this unlocked? 30 to 40% cheaper than comparable NMC packs. Better safety. BYD literally drove nails through them. No fire. Faster scaling. Simpler chemistry. Easier manufacturing. And here's the kicker. When you make batteries this cheap and safe, you unlock entirely new markets. Suddenly, you can build a $25,000 EV profitably. You can electrify city bus fleets. You can pair grid-scale storage with solar. Tesla optimized for early adopters wanting 400-mile ranges and 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. BYD optimized for the global middle class who just wants an affordable EV that works. Guess which market is bigger? This is the industrial logic that built empires. Henry Ford, remember him? He didn't make the fastest car. He made the cheapest car that worked reliably. BYD ran with the same playbook with batteries. Everyone frames this as BYD versus Tesla. But, That's lazy analysis. It's two completely different philosophies of how electrification happens. Tesla's worldview: cars are computers with wheels. Software matters more than manufacturing. Sell to people who want performance and status. Prove EVs can be desirable, then scale. BYD's worldview: cars are energy delivery systems. Manufacturing and cost matter more than brand. Vertical integration from day one. Sell to people who need affordable transportation. Prove EVs can scale profitably, then worry about desire. Tesla made EVs cool. BYD has made EVs inevitable. Both were and are necessary. Tesla broke the cultural barrier, proved EVs could be fast, fun, aspirational. Without Tesla, we'd still have compliance cars that look like cute little golf carts. But here's the uncomfortable part. Tesla behaves like a startup that got very big. Elon driven. Innovation focused, optimizing for headlines. BYD behaves like a nation-state industrial program. Founder Wang barely does media. He has consistent messaging. Build, reinvest, scale. Manufacturing: Tesla builds gigafactories, massive centralized bets. BYD builds ecosystems. They mine lithium, refine materials, manufacture cells, assemble packs, and build vehicles and buses and storage. And then there's the battery strategy. Tesla leaned into nickel and cobalt early, which is great for performance, terrible for cost. BYD leaned into LFP, cheaper, safer, simpler supply chains. When the market was, wow, EVs, Tesla won. When it shifted, can I afford one? BYD started winning. Tesla showed the world what was possible. BYD is showing the world how it actually gets deployed at scale. Who's electrifying city bus fleets globally? BYD. Who's pairing vehicle production with grid storage? BYD. Who's winning the price war? BYD. Tesla dominates innovation narratives. BYD dominates industrial math. And in the long run, math wins. And look, tariffs will not save Detroit. BYD is now the world's largest EV manufacturer, selling buses in London, deploying storage in Africa, manufacturing in 70 plus countries. Warren Buffett bought 10% of BYD in 2008 for $230 million, not because he became a climate activist, but because he saw cost advantage, manufacturing moats, and long-term discipline. That stake is now worth billions. Western governments are panicking. The US slapped 100% tariffs on Chinese EVs. Politicians scream about unfair competition and national security. Let me be clear. This is not about security. This is about protecting uncompetitive industries. If BYD sold $60,000 luxury EVs, nobody would probably care. But they're threatening $25,000 EVs that work better than anything Detroit can build at that price. And tariffs will not fix it. BYD's already building factories in Mexico, Hungary, Thailand, Brazil, manufacturing closer to markets like every global automaker does. Except BYD can do it profitably at price points Western automakers can't touch. Tariffs are short-term politics that delay the inevitable while making EVs more expensive for consumers. What would actually work? Match BYD's industrial strategy. Invest in battery manufacturing, streamline permitting, train workers. But that's hard. Tariffs, swipe of the pen, they are easy. So here's the Solarpunk truth. You don't need to work for BYD to benefit from BYD existing. Their gravity creates opportunities across the ecosystem. Yes, there are direct jobs at BYD factories. Battery engineers, $120,000 a year. Automation specialists, $110,000 a year. Supply chain managers, $100,000 a year. Ecosystem jobs. When BYD floods markets with affordable EVs, downstream, demand explodes. Electricians installing chargers, $200,000 a year. Fleet electrification specialists, $150,000 a year. EV service techs, $100,000 a year. Grid integration, BYD pairs vehicles with storage, creating demand for energy storage developers, $150,000 a year. VPP operators, $130,000 a year. Grid software engineers, $180,000 a year. You're going to have local EV service businesses popping up, workforce training programs, community solar and charging pairing, municipal electrification consulting. The jobs exist. The demand exists. You know what doesn't exist? Enough trained workers. Right now, you could get trained in EV charging and be working in 90 days. Learn battery diagnostics and make $100,000 within a year. The window for easy entry is open, but not forever. And BYD isn't good or bad. They're inevitable. They prove what happens when electrification is treated as infrastructure, not ideology. When manufacturing discipline beats quarterly earnings worship. You don't beat that with tariffs or tweets. You beat it by building. So instead of asking, how do we match BYD's capacity, we're asking, how do we keep them out? Instead of training workers, we're debating whether EVs are necessary. Meanwhile, BYD keeps building. The energy transition is happening with or without American leadership. BYD proved it's about industrial math, not ideology. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep doom scrolling about China winning? Or are you going to learn the skills that make you valuable in the electrified future? Manufacturing, grid integration, battery systems, charging infrastructure. Book a free 30-minute call with me. There's a link in the show notes. I'll help map out the opportunities in your city, how to position yourself for jobs that didn't exist 5 years ago, but will employ millions over the next decade. BYD showed us industrial discipline at scale. Now it's our turn to show what decentralized, community-led electrification looks like. You don't need permission to build the future, but you do need the skills. BYD has just given us the blueprint. I'm James Answer, and remember, we're here for a good time, not a long time, so you might as well build something that matters. Now, go get plugged in.